When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go to Cheltenham. When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. At Cheltenham, just listen to the music of those good old Irish voices. Linger by the paddock, see the horses, make your choices. How can you lose?
There we go, folks, we can't lose. Welcome to the Cheltenham Bandit Christmas special. The Bandit sat here with his Baileys, finished for Christmas, and I'm joined on the blower by the Big Bandit. Hello, Mr Big Bandit.
Hello.
What's new? What do we know?
Constitution Hill's come back in the reckoning now. It's down at second favourite now.
It certainly is, isn't it? I mean, obviously, we'll know after it runs against Lossiemouth. We were saying, I remember you being in my conservatory about, it wasn't winter, it was probably autumn. You were sat in my conservatory on an autumn day, kids were rioting, my mum were making tea, and you were sat there, and I vividly remember you saying, now's the time to back Constitution Hill.
It was, wasn't it?
At 4-1, wasn't it? And there was one man that we know who were cashing all his bets out that he'd already put on. He was cashing them out, Mr C.
Good.
But we'll try and call Mr C shortly on the show. So yeah, I mean that's them 4-1s. It's 9-4. It's not even ran. And what's pushed it in case you've missed the news, is they've more or less said Sir Gino's going to go chasing. So the confidence to send Sir Gino chasing says to me this machine is revved up.
Yeah.
The Hill machine is revved up. It's going to toy with Lossiemouth. Remember where you had it first. In fact, Lossiemouth might not even come second. What about that for a statement? I'm sure I'll get put right by a few, but I think Lossiemouth could have a surprise, and I think Bandit Road could sneak second. In that race, if Constitution really toys with it. So yeah, like I say, Christmas special. I'm gonna show a bet I've put on recently, an each way yank I've just put on. We're gonna talk about a few horses. But what's on screen, Mr Big Bandit? What you can't see, what the viewers can, is we've gone over the 7,000 mark.
Yes, I believe so.
We've got a cool £7,048.45 of the Rookie's Bones on for Cheltenham. Now, what I'm going to show on screen first, Mr Big Bandit, is the squad. We did a squad, this was about 6 months ago, and it was a football team. And I'll read them out to you. In goal, Constitution Hill. Are you happy to keep him in goal at this current time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your two strikers, Galloping into Hoopu. At this moment in time, got to be happy with those.
Yep.
In the centre of midfield, Gaelic Warrior for the Queen Mother. Not going to change that. And Limerick Lace for the Merse Chase. I'm pretty happy with those two.
Well, I fancy John Bob
And the Queen Mother.
the Queen Mother, yeah.
Okay, well, we can disagree. Now, on the wings, we've got Jasmine DeVoe for the Supreme, which I think stays there. On the other wing, you've got Ballyburn for the Browns. Now, I know that's going to come out of this team. That's going to be a substitution.
Yeah.
The question is, who do we substitute it for? Do you substitute it for Ballyburn itself for the Urkel? I think that'd be the wise move, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's the only change we'd make to the squad at the minute. Now, whatever happens with Ballyburn over the Christmas period, could still end up going to the Browns, I think. But for now, I think I'd be changing that to the Urkel, which leaves us to the defence. Now, the defence is going to have to change here. We've not changed any horses yet. The defence is going to have to change. I think the right back might keep its place, Jellender Duries for the Gallagher. But then you've got Firefox for the Urkel. It's not bad, but I think he's a substitute defender, isn't he? I'm thinking of putting Dancing City for the Browns in there now.
Yeah, good choice.
So I think, that's roughly going to run in the Browns. You want a solid thing at the centre half. Now the other one at the centre back, we're a protectorate for the Ryanair. Would you be tempted to change that for the yellow clay for the Albert Bartlett?
Oh, yeah.
I think with how Protectorat's running the 2 times we've seen it, and yellow clay finishing well.
It's roughing each way.
Oh, it's on the subs bench. I've moved it to the subs bench. So yellow clay, the other centre back. Now at left back, you've got Lossiemouth for the Murs. Now if Constitution Hill toys with it, which I think it could well do, Lossiemouth could well be forced back into the Murs. But I know you're not going to like Lossiemouth being in the squad. So what? Come on, what are we changing Lossiemouth for?
What are you changing Lossiemouth for? So you're taking Lossiemouth
Out. It's on the bench now for the Murs because there's a lot of people saying it's going to go for the champion hurdle. And
I think they'll go for the champion hurdle.
no matter what happens over Christmas.
Well, let's sort of see the Murs.
Well, you don't have to keep the Murs. You can change it to a different race.
You may as well go for Brighter Days Ahead, haven't you?
Well, yeah, that'd be the obvious choice. Solid left back, the Brighter Days Ahead. You know he's going to go for the Murs roughly. So, I think that's the squad there. I'm quite happy with that. Those horses, none of them's in the recycling bin, are they? You could say Lossiemouth for the Murs is, but if Constitution Hill really tears the thing apart, you know, I think it ends up back in the Murs.
I think at Christmas, I think it'll be a pretty close race.
Yeah.
Because it's having its first run against horses who have already run.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't think it'll walk over it at Christmas.
no.
It may do at Cheltenham.
I tell you what we're going to do, Mr. Bandit. We're going to quickly ring on the other phone, so stay there. We're going to ring Mr. N, Mr. N, yeah, Mr. Pigin N. We're going to see if he'd make what his best horse in running is, and we're going to see if he'd change any of those in the squad. Then we'll do the same with Mr. C before I talk about the 4 horses on this show.
Oh,
Pigin N.
Pigin N, Mr. N, you're live on air. Please do not Pigin swear.
Merry Pigin Christmas. Pigin N.
No, Mr. N, the big bandit is actually on the other phone, so if you say hello, you'll be able to hear him.
Hello, Mr Big Bandit.
Hello, Mr Pigin N.
Hey, Merry Crimbo, Mr Big Bandit.
Right, there's a couple of things for you, Mr. N, here, because you're having a short cameo. We've got Mr. C waiting for the phone call. What I want to know, out of the horses you've seen so far this year, the Cheltenham horses running over the last few weekends, what horse has impressed you the most?
Well, I'm big into John Bon this year. Mr Pigin N fancies John Bon.
Right.
On it. Back it.
Now, what we've just been talking about, right, was our squad. So,
Right.
which horse in our squad? And I'll read you the squad out. The squad is. God, I know which horse you're changing for because I've got Gaelic Warrior for the. So, Mr. N would have in there, in the centre of midfield, he'd have John Bon. Right, well.
John Bon.
So John Bon's your horse, good shout. I mean, I think you could. There's one horse we're missing from this team. What's got to go on the bench is Masborough. I think Masborough for the Arkle has got to go on the bench at some point. That was impressive, weren't it?
Yeah, gotta be up there, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, short and sweet, Mr. Pigin N. Anything else you want to say before you go off? Any other tips? Anything for the followers?
No, just a couple of the usuals from last year. You gotta look at Ballyburn. You gotta look at Lossiemouth and Tirupu. The Irish are gonna come strong as they always do. But I just thought I'd put John Bon in there. You know, one for the Brits. Merry Pigin Christmas to one and all.
Right. That's Mr. N, folks. We'll leave him in there. We'll see you at another show. Right. Let's see if Mr. C answers his phone. It's always a bit of a strange one with Mr. C. But let's see how he feels about cashing out his Constitution Hill bets. You know, that'll be quite interesting. What do you think about that, Mr. Big Bandit? John Bon?
Yeah, well, he agrees with me, Mr Pigin N.
I still think Gaelic Warrior. Yeah, I think John Bon struggles at Cheltenham. I just don't think it's his track. Looks like Mr. C's busy with the kids here.
I think John Bon's a class horse.
Your call has been
Yeah.
forwarded.
Mr. C hasn't picked up. Oh, he's on. He's picked us up from the voicemail. Here he is. Mr. C, you're live on air with the Big Bandit.
How's it going?
Yeah, we've got the Big Bandit on the other phone here, Mr. C. We've just had Mr. Pigin N on. We've got a couple of quick questions for you. Anything to say before you start, Mr. C? Have you anything you want to say?
No, I've just been hammering Serginho lately for the Arkle. That's the one.
We've just been talking about that because we've just been saying a few months ago, me and the Big Bandit said now's the time to back Constitution Hill when it were 4-1. And Constitution Hill's currently gone into 2-1 because they've come out and said it's going to go chasing his Serginho. So that's confidence Henderson's got in Constitution Hill coming back since Serginho's going to go for the Arkle. But I believe you were cashing out your Constitution Hill bets, Mr. C.
I'm still doubtful of Constitution Hill. I'm going to stick to it. He's not going to make it.
There you go. That's why we call him the Reaper, the Grim Reaper. He's, we think it's going to romp up and toy with Lossiemouth, but that's opinions for you folk. Mr. C, ever the optimist. Quick question: out of all the horses you've seen, Mr. C, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, what's impressed you the most recently in the lead up to Cheltenham?
Either Serginho or Lossiemouth. It's got to be Lossiemouth, I think. When he beat State, would he beat State Man?
State Man, yeah. So there's your good perception's a weird thing in it, I think Lossiemouth's going to get put in its place and put back to the Murs. Mr. C's putting his mortgage on it. He's doing the same with Serginho. What does the Big Bandit think about Mr. C's comments?
Yeah, he's quite with some nice comments there. Serginho. Lossiemouth's the dodgy one, I should imagine.
I mean, in some way, Mr. C's in a far better place than he was a few years ago, isn't he? He's latched on, he's hammering the bookies money. He's got nearly £1,000 on that, Mr. C.
I just looked now, just put a bit more on, so £860 on, 205 bets a place, with 50 grams coming back. Wow,
£860 of the bookies' money, Mr. C. There you go, that's the kind of fall guy you want. A fall guy who realises he doesn't want to be a fall guy anymore. That's a piece of the action. Before we let you go, we know you're busy with the kids. We'll run through, we've got a squad, Mr. C. We had a goalkeeper, Constitution Hill, that's not changed as far as we're concerned. We had Gallopin and Tupu up front. We had Gaelic Warrior, Limerick Lace in the midfield, Jasmine DeVoe for the Supreme on the wing, Ballyburn for the Arkle on the wing, the Yellow Clay, Albert Barlett, Lancing City Browns, centre halves, Bratton ahead, left back for the Murs, and Jellon Duduris in the Gallagher at right back. What changes will Mr. C make to that squad?
Did you say Tupu? What's Tupu playing?
Tupu's up front.
You've got said Maureen for the Nurse Novice.
Maureen for the Nurse Novice. In fact, I was listening to Smoking Steve the other day. I think it was Smoking Steve.
Yeah?
Was it Smoking Steve? Might have been him or Mark at Cheltenham Chat. And they said it was Smoking Steve, I think. These bookies, they put these horses in at such a short price sometimes, but then they win. It's marked up at such a short price compared to everything else in the betting. So there you heard it, folks. Mr. C says get your mortgage on Maureen. Endorses responsible gambling at the same time with the bookies' money. Anything else, Mr. C, before we bid you farewell?
I don't think so. No, just looking forward to Boxing Day. It's going to be a big day.
Oh, there's some clashes, isn't there? You've got Constitution Hill, Lossiemouth. Wow.
Ideally, Serginho goes Arkle, Ballyburn goes Browns. They both win.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying to the Big Bandit. The Big Bandit's convinced Ballyburn's going to the Arkle.
No, but if Serginho goes to Arkle, there's no guarantee he's going to win. But if he goes to the Browns, I think he's got more chance of winning the Browns.
I think you're right. And if you look at what they did last year, everyone was talking Supreme. We'd hammered him for the Gallaghers, and we couldn't believe it. He went to the Gallaghers because that was a further trip, and he was more convinced of winning. And I think you're right. I think that could happen again with this horse, this Ballyburn.
Yeah.
But I've just changed the squad. The Big Bandits turned me, forced me to. I had Ballyburn on the wing for the Browns. It's now for the Arkle. But there you go. The Big Bandit does come up smelling the roses more often than not, doesn't he, Mr. C? You know too well.
Yeah, I don't get why Tupu's not odds on either yet. Why is he still 3-1, 2-1?
Yeah, yes, I suppose. We'll soon find out in the next month or so. So I think it'll go to even money at some point. But we're just looking over actually with some, and this is what we talk about spread betting, folks. I'm just going to type into here because early in the season we backed Crambo, and you can see there we've got Crambo at 50-1 in a bet. We've got Crambo at 33s and another bet there. We've then got it in a bet at 33s again, 33s. There's a 66 to 1 bet with it. 33s. Let me just find them. Well, I can't find them now. I think it's on here. Find it. Yeah, we've got a load, there you see. 50 to 1, £5 on the nose, Crambo. We've then got 40 to 1, £5 on the nose. Then we've got 33 to 1. The thing with the stays is anything happens to Tupu, gets injured, gets ill, we've got the second favourite, what's now 14 to 1. We've got it at 66 to 1. That's what spread betting's all about, you know. You do the okey-coke and you turn around. But yeah, we wish you Merry Christmas to see. We love you and leave you because the darts has come back on. I can feel the big bandit breathing down the phone. So I'll have to carry on with the rest of the show myself because I'm sure he's going to leave as well. So all the best of a Christmas to see, and we'll see you in the new year, yeah?
You too. Do the new year. Merry Christmas.
There you go, Mr. C. Lots of insight this year. I don't think he'd have had that insight this time last year, but he's learned, that lad. You know, he's an up-and-comer. Big Bandit, you getting ready for the darts, are you?
Yeah, I'm watching it. I've new today to watch it.
All right, well, you might as well stay on while we're jibbing away. So, a few horses I'm going to talk about. Turner's Novices. I think this Potter's Charm was impressive. What was the Big Bandit think?
Turner's Novices. Oh, yeah.
It's running over Christmas as well, isn't it? Where's it running? Yeah, it's running on Boxing Day, Newbury. So that'll be interesting. Crambo, we just talked about there. Obviously, we all saw it pop up at 9 to 1 the other day. This is a horse what was in the stays last year, but it ran well beforehand, so it could be Cheltenham's on its track. But we had a few bets on it, like you've just seen, that 50 to 1. You know, we've got 15 quid on it, roughly on average, about 43 to 1. So we'll be laughing if the second favourite goes in, won't we?
Yeah.
I think that shows the importance of spread betting, doesn't it? Pardon?
We'll be laughing at the favourite.
Well, that's it. If you have one of those days, we probably got the first three in the betting there, the first 3 or 4, but on the day you'll probably back the 4th favourite on the nose, and you're on for a good day no matter what happens, aren't you? When you've got 66 to 1 on what's now 14 to 1.
Yeah. Well, you're 50 to 1 and you're 66 to 1 on Crambo. I'd have been more happy if they were each way bets those.
Yeah, maybe that's a learning for next year. When you've got such a red-hot favourite, and I remember looking at the betting at the time saying, that's not going to run in the stays, that's not. But you knew horses like Owned by the Lee, Crambo, were going to come back. You know, you knew they were going to be in the stays again. So, we got some good bets on. Same with Owned by the Lee. But yeah, those Crambo bets, as you can see there, look, you've got 50 to 1, £5 on the nose at 50 to 1. You've also got 40 to 1, £5 on the nose. So we just had a spell of... I don't even remember putting these on. These were back in August, look. Back in August. One of them were back in March. 50 to 1 back in March. 50 to 1, 4th of April, £5 on the nose, 50 to 1. So that's what it's all about. You've got to pick certain races like the Stayers where if it falls apart for you, you've still got something in the background. Another horse we're going to talk about, Mr Bandit, Konti, Murs Hurdle.
Conti. I've not really backed that much. I think you have. But
You backed it a lot this week.
Oh, this week I have, yeah.
You've rattled it, and you had £90, didn't you, in 3 bets?
I got £90 in 3 bets, which was very nice.
Mr C's got to be listening to this now thinking, I never get £90 in 3 bets.
The nice people from Bet365.
Oh, they love it, don't they?
Yeah.
Why can't I find the bets now that you did? You did a load on it, didn't you? Oh, there they are. Conti, 16 to 1. Put it in quite a few there, didn't you, in your doubles?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I tipped this horse up when it won at Down Royal in November. Since come out and lost that Amsterdam, which they're all rating about, so I think you can mark up that loss. Could be. You know, these Robco guys tend to do quite well at Cheltenham, don't they? So get on it. Is that what we're saying? Yeah. Dancing City for the Browns. This seems like a first shot for the Browns, doesn't it? Especially if Ballyburn doesn't turn up here. The only worry with this Dancing City, they're running it again, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, is it going to be run out? Is it going to run too much? Because it had a tough race.
Unless he gets injured, it'll be fine. We'll do it good, probably.
Yeah. No, horse, I can't remember. This might have been Smoking Stevie again. In fact, it is. You're going to give you a Smoking Cheltenham Bandit double, nothing but endorsed by Steve. Maybe one day he'll come on the chat and endorse us. But I'm going to go with a big price double here. Konti Merzerdal 16-1. Scope to Improve 33-1. Each way double for the champion bumper. Henry de Bromhead horse. Went in quite well at Nace last Friday. Did you watch that race, Mr Big Bandit? Scope to Improve won the bumper for Henry de Bromhead last Friday.
No, I didn't see television that day.
Right, yeah. Well, there you go. You've got a double there. I'm just going to talk you through a little each way Yankee that I've had on. Where is it? That's a bit on the darts, that. We don't want to see that, do we? Why can't I get it on? Don't think I can show it, sorry.
And what's this horse in the bumper?
Scope to Improve. 33s.
Oh, 33 too long, is it?
Yeah, I can't seem to load the bet I wanted to show people, but let me just find it. I'll verbalise the bet that I've put on. I thought it was quite a good each way yank, to be fair. Right, each way yank. It was Konti and Scope to Improve, which are both in the each way yank. Also just given it as an each way double. Murcia, which Mullins seems quite coy about for the Triumph, 16-1. And Potter's Charm, 16-1 for the Turners Novices. So you've 3 16-1s and a 33-1 each way yank. All recently in form. You know, Konti's been in form. Scope to Improve has. Potter's Charm has. The only one we're unsure on is this Murcia, which I believe is running over Christmas. So, yeah, and anything else to say about that, Mr Big Bandit?
Is that a win yank?
Each way.
Oh, each way. Oh, that's a good bet then. It's each way yank.
Yeah, this Murcia, they talk about it for the Triumph. I'm just trying to find where. I've seen it's running this weekend. Yeah, it's declared at Leopardstown in the 1:10 on Boxing Day, Murcia. Now it's going to be up against Naturally Nimble. Now Naturally Nimble beat Willie de Hoo, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be an interesting race, will that? Nothing's working for me at the minute on the phone here. I'm trying to find what else is in that race. So it's Boxing Day, 1:10, Leopardstown, there it is. So yeah, Willie de Hoo's in that race again as well, it's the favourite. So yeah, Murcia, yeah, it'd be an interesting watch that. Danny Mullins is on Willie de Hoo, and Michael O'Sullivan is on Murcia, both for Mullins. I'm going to leave it on that note, more or less, unless the Big Bandit's got any other horses he wants to talk about.
No, that's me done now. I watch me dance now.
Yeah, well, we've done what we've said.
Mrs Bandit here.
Yeah, what have we got to say?
Hello everyone. Can I give you a bit of advice, Mr Bandit?
Yeah?
Forget Mullins, forget Henderson, forget Nichols, forget Skelton and get on Venetia.
Yeah, Mrs Bandit, get on Venetia, especially if it's in the mud. Queen of Cheltenham. Yeah, Jello's one we've backed. We're going to need to start hammering Jello for the Ryanair, I think, one of Venetia's. But yeah, Venetia, she's in form this year, does have a tendency to taper off. But yeah, let's get the rain in, let's get the mud in. As always, with Venetia's money and the Bikey's money, gamble responsibly with the Bandit and get on it with the Cheltenham Bandit.